reading itself out the loud. So I am Falguni Udgire, and today we are going to explore that the Hadoop and HDFS architecture. So next, because honestly cloud computing is one of those subjects where everyone pretended to understand, but deep inside where we like ये तो क्या है? क्या Seriously, the word cloud itself is confusing. First we learn cloud bring rain, then suddenly in engineering clouds bring data. So first of all, you tell us about yourself.
Okay. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. I would like to share my thoughts about this topic to each and everyone. So I am Shreya Mukashi, a third year student, and I like to learn and adapt the new things related to the big data, means how this data is handled and
Okay. So we can start the topic. Before going to your topic, please say, are you more of a coding person or the theory person?
I am like a mixed hybrid person. Like sometimes I like coding, sometimes I like theory. But at first I learn theoretical concepts. I clear my theoretical concepts, and then I apply this concept to the real world. So I get to know the things, and at the same time I get experience about it.
That is the correct way. So every user can understand the basic concept of that topic. Then they can apply and they can understand what is the practical work is doing. So next question, what is, how did you get interested in the big data?
So because nowadays everything works on the data generated through the social media or any other platform. So as a person, normal person, without a technical, non-technical person, we get a simple question in our mind. That is, we are generating the data, we are uploading our photos on websites and all. But how actually this data is handled? How actually that much of data of every person is stored in stored online, or where actually it is stored? So this question makes me more concerned about the big data and work.
So we ask the technical question of next, that if your life was a database, would it be a SQL or no SQL?
Definitely it will be no SQL, because nowadays anyone's life is unpredictable. No one knows what will happen. So I
Yes.
choose no SQL.
If Hadoop was a person, what kind of personality would it have?
I would like to say a very hardworking team leader who manages everything in a group and never let data get lost. Means in a team we can say the team leader only is a responsible and is aware of each and every task. Others are like, yeah, he's doing now, we are good. He can handle everything. We have that much of confidence over him. So a team leader.
Okay. Next, what would you choose? Fast internet or unlimited storage?
Unlimited, so I guess. Sometimes
Why?
fast internet.
Why you choose the unlimited storage?
Because see, you are saying I will give you the unlimited internet, and I don't have that much of storage to store the data and access through the data.
Yes.
Okay, and I downloaded a lot of movies, a lot of images, a lot of anything, and I don't have storage. Then if I don't have storage, then how does data is going to be downloaded? So if I get storage, then automatically by doing some many third-party actions and all, I am going to get data.
Nice choice. If your brain had a HDFC, what would happen?
I would never forget anything, because my memories would be stored in multiple replicas. Like Hadoop is going to itself is a distributed system where data is distributed among multiple servers and all.
Can you explain the Hadoop in a real-time example?
So Hadoop in real-time example, I would like to say, Google. Actually, in Google there are data is like unlimited form. Every day, every second, the data is getting updated. So there is not only one data center that holds the data. They have the replicas of the same data to multiple servers. Means the data is distributed among the different systems and different files. So there is a need to create the replicas of the data set for the recovery or any backup purpose.
Okay. So, what is the big data?
So big data is refers to extremely large amount of data set. That is, we can say say gathered or created by the social media platforms or multiple users across different regions, different countries, different states, everything. And these data is pre-processed using traditional database systems. And it is not just about size, but also about the speed and variety of the data, because the data can be structured or it can be also unstructured. So big data is usually explained using the three V's. So first one will be the volume, means huge amount of data, means the terabyte are there, petabytes are there. Then next one is the velocity, means data is generated very fast, like social media, sensors, means in social media we can see every minute there is a new post from every different users. So which can comes under the velocity. And the last one will be the variety, different types of data, means text data are there, image data are there, video data are there, audio data are there. We know them as a text, audio, video, but for the technology they will be considered as a data. So for example, platforms like Netflix, Instagram generates massive data every second. So traditional system cannot handle or these data efficiently. So big data technologies are used here.
What are the big data technologies are used?
Okay, big data technologies, like we can say, we see in the velocity and veracity,
Yes.
they have their own team to separate the data. Means if we talk about the like and dislike button in the any social media platform. So
Yes.
the comments which are positive for that post particular will be stored at different databases, and for the negative comments will be stored at different. So they will going to easily manage that which person, suppose if anyone talked about wrong about that particular person and that person is famous, and if that person put their voice against that comment. So by using the differentiation in the comment, they can easily get to identify that which person actually the person is who talked wrong about them.
Okay, there are the two teams to analyze the wrong data, means negative chats or positive chats. There was only one team.
Yes,
they can
there
analyze
is no
everything.
need to hire a separate team for analyzing this tool, because technology has made easier
Yes.
for us to understand it.
Okay. Why do traditional database fail for big data?
So traditional databases fails mainly due to the limitations in scalability, feasibility and performances. And they use vertical scaling, means you need to upgrade one machine which is expensive and limited. Whenever there is anything happening or anything actions occurred, then they have to manually handle and make change in that machine. The machine is not automatically going to update, and they are designed for structured data only. If and while big data includes unstructured data also, like videos are there, social media contents are there, or our images, our audios likewise. So performance decreases when handling very large data sets becomes inappropriate and which is inconvenient. So backup and recovery become difficult with massive data sets. In short, traditional systems are not built for distributed large-scale data processing.
So next question is, what is the Hadoop?
So the main question arises Hadoop. Hadoop comes from this big data concept, means the large amount of data is collected, and then how this data is going to be handled. So here the Hadoop concept comes. So Hadoop is an open source framework which is used for storing, processing, managing, accessing large amount of data across multiple machines. And instead of using one powerful computer, Hadoop uses a cluster of many low-cost machines which work together. So there are key features of Hadoop, which will be distributed storage, and second one is parallel processing and fault tolerance. Then we call it scalability, means for example companies like Facebook uses Hadoop to manage user data and logs. As we talked earlier, that the data was distributed among multiple systems, so that if one data set, one data at any server fails, then the replica of that data set will be present in another storage. So that can be used. So there is no, we can say there is no worry of losing data and all.
You can use the Hadoop. There was the login process that is open source. You can use the Hadoop in practically. There is the theoretical understanding after you can use it practically.
Yes, I have
in the process.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next question is, what are the main components of the Hadoop?
Okay, Hadoop is not a single system. There are multiple sections in there. So first one will be HDFS, which will be Hadoop Distributed File System, where it stores the large data across multiple machines. As we talked about, there are replicas of the same data over different machines for the backup and for the recovery. And the second one will be MapReduce, which process data in parallel. In MapReduce, the data is we can say divided into multiple parts, and they are processed parallelly by using parallel processing. And the third one will be YRM, which is yet another resource negotiator. Messages resource, it will manage the resources like CPU and memory. In YRM, the data which are splitted are combined together, and then in Hadoop Common, it provides the libraries and utilities to accurately manage this data and all. So together, these three components help the Hadoop efficiently store and process the big data.
Okay. So first you can explain the HDFS in detail or in a simple terms.
Okay, so HDFS is the storage system of the Hadoop. It works by breaking the large files into the smaller blocks. We call it data nodes, and then around usually 128 MB, and then storing these blocks across the multiple machines called data nodes, and then maintaining information about the block in name node. So data node will be our main data set, data file, and the main content of that data node means by using the book index of our book index of our notebook, we can access the, if we see the page number from the index, then we are going to see up to 4 to 9 there will be information regarding Hadoop. So like this, main key info will be in the name node. By using that info from the name node, the main data from the data node can be accessed. Then the distributed storage makes the system scalable, means if the number of users increases, then it should be available to each and every user. And means if the 100 users increases per minute, then the system automatically should shrink and should grow likewise. Then reliable means the people should get reliable over the system, means it will be like security and trustworthiness of the system. And the last one will be efficient for larger data, means we know that big data means the word itself tells that big data means large amount of data. So it should be, that data should be handled efficiently without any obstacles at all.
Okay. There will, in the poster there are about showing about the name node. That diagram is about that name node.
Yes, the file metadata. As we talked about, the data node will store the main overall data, and the name node will show only the main parts like the file name, the name of that file, then the permissions, who is the authorizer of that file, then the blocks ID, in which block the data is stored, that block ID, then where actually the block is present, that is the block location, and the last one is the number of replicas, how many replicas are created of that particular data node, and address of that data node means where actually that replicas are present. That's what about it. And this first one is the secondary name node, and after that it will be going to that name node file metadata, and client is going to actually access this directly from it.
In data node, each block can store only 128 MB.
No, the size of the storage can vary according to the data, because see, if we talk about there is a 128 MB size you are related, but the actual data is in KB, then other remaining storage will be lost and it is unused. So wastage of the storage now. So basically based on the data, the storage allocation will be get allocated.
Okay. So what is the name node? Here we can explain the diagram. So what in theory what will you can take?
So name node is the master node in HDFS. it does not store actual data but can store the metadata we talking here, such as the name of the file and the block location where actually our data is stored, then the file structure, which type of the file it is stored, means whether it is structured or unstructured. There is need to pre-process, or we can say handle this file. Then it controls the entire system and it will take data nodes that where to store that data, then when to replicate or delete that data. So basically name node is like the brain of HDFS. We will tell where actually the data is located. So it will be easy for the system to allocate and locate that data.
Okay. What is the data node?
So data node are the worker nodes that store the actual data, and these there are responsibilities of that data node, which are stored data blocks. Whenever the data comes, they store that data in a particular block of the system. Then they perform the real operations on it. Then third one will be follow instruction from the name node. Then they send the heartbeat signal to show they are active. And after that, more data nodes means the more storage and better performance.
Okay, that's correct. So how does HDFC ensure data safety?
So HDFS will ensure safety using replication. We know that the replicas of the original data are stored among multiple machines. So each data block is stored 3 times. Default means 1 different nodes. And if one node fails, then the data can be retrieved from another, as there is a replica present of the data somewhere else. So system automatically will create a new replica if needed, and it will be easy for the backup, and it will provide the fault tolerance, and the second will be high reliability, and there will be no data loss.
Okay. Explain the MapReduce in detail.
Okay, the MapReduce is the processing model of the Hadoop, where it works in 2 main phases. First one will be map phase, means it will take the input data, then it converts it into key value pair. Then the second phase will be reduce phase, where it combines the similar keys as we handle the key values, and then it will produce the final output based on it. For example, let's consider we have a word hello, Hadoop, hello. Then it counting words. First, the word count will get happens. Means hello appeared 2 times in that sentence, and Hadoop is 1 time. So as output to that MapReduce phase, there will be hello, then 2 words after that, and then Hadoop, then 1.
So please tell me what is the fault tolerance in the Hadoop?
So fault tolerance means Hadoop continues working even if some nodes fails. How it works? Data is replicated across nodes, and then data nodes and the peer signals, they work together. If a node fails, name node will detect it, and then missing data is then retrieved automatically from the replicated location. Then it ensures that no data loss and the continuous system operations.
So what is the horizontal scaling?
Then what is the
Horizontal scaling.
So horizontal scaling means adding more machines to increase the capacity. In Hadoop, instead of upgrading one system, we add more nodes. This increases the storage and processing power. Advantages will be cost effective and no hardware limitations.
Okay, that's correct. What is the data located in the Hadoop?
So the data locality means the processing data where it is stored instead of moving data. So computation is moved to data nodes, then the reduced network usage, and it will improve the performance. Simply take code to data, then not data to code.
Can you explain the shuffle and sort phase in the MapReduce?
Shuffle and sort is the middle phase between the map and the reduce. What happens there is group similar keys together. Means where the keys are similar, they are grouped together. Then the sorts data before scaling scaling it. For example, the map output will be hello is one count, then second hello one count, Hadoop one count. Then the hello has the two words in one sentence. So there it will combine like hello, then 1 comma 1 and Hadoop 1. So this step is automatic and very important for correctness.
Can you tell me a real life case study in the world related to Hadoop?
Hadoop can be used in many different social media applications. We use in our daily use, like Netflix, which is a recommendation system. There the data is generated for every seconds, and tracking the user's behavior is important there. So the Hadoop is used for storing the data. The next one will be Facebook or like Instagram, lots of like that.
Yes. You know about the security. Any about cyber security? There are so many applications there where our data is not saved. So the AI models can run our own data for the prediction. For means that if in the chat GPT we can search any of the information related to our questions. The chat GPT can run all that data to predict the new model. You know that, na? Yes.
Yes, but there is no need to use the HDFS as it was not like a big secure platform like Netflix, Amazon. So this data can be used HDFS, but that much there is no need that much.
So okay, thank you for coming here to as a case to explain the topic related to Hadoop and HDFC. So I am really thank you and telling the user what is the Hadoop and the HDFC in deeply. You have any message to give to the user?
Yeah, definitely. Rather than just the theoretical concept, just go through how actually the technology works and what is the scene behind the technology. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.